and welcome back. Today is a different video because I've gotten into reading a lot lately and I'm in a book club. I thought, why not review my latest books that I've read on my channel, because I know a lot of my friends and watchers like to read. So today we're going to talk about two different books, and here they are. We've got Darling Girl by Liz Makowski. I don't really know how to say that name. And A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Willingham. And I got both of these books from Book of the Month Club. If you're not a member of Book of the Month Club, you should be. I'll put a link in my description so you can join, because I'm getting a lot of good books. I just got 2 delivered the other day, and I can't wait to read them. So first up, we'll talk Darling Girl. I got this book because I was excited. It says a novel of Peter Pan. I love Peter Pan. It's supposed to be like a dark telling of Peter Pan, and that's why I got this book. It initially took me a while to start reading it. I was reading like a bunch of other books at the time, and it took me a minute to get into it. And I will say I liked it, but it's not my favorite. I actually write a blog too where I review some of my books too. I give this one a 4 out of 5 just because once you got to the end, it did pick up and it did get better, but it took a long time to get where I personally wanted it to go, and I just needed it to speed up. I think too, I just wanted, Peter Pan from the jump, and he doesn't really show up until like 50 to 75 pages like at the end. So it just wasn't, I guess, the Peter Pan that I was looking for. It was still a good book. It's a good story. It's about Wendy's great-granddaughter and her kids, and, something that happened with Peter Pan, and so she's trying to find Peter and make everything better, but Peter is kind of a dick. I mean, if we're calling a spade. So, it was a good book. Like I said, I wish it just would have been a little faster paced, and I wish that Peter Pan would have been in it more, because that's really just kind of what I was looking for. But all in all, I'll give it a 4 out of 5, and I'll put the links for the books in the description too. That way, in case you do want to read them, you can get them. So now we're going to talk about A Flicker in the Dark, and let me tell you, I read this book in less than 24 hours. I needed to know what was happening. I needed to know why it was happening. This book was so good. This book, 5 out of 5, so good. I honestly couldn't put it down. Like, every time we'd be watching TV and my husband would get up to go to the bathroom and I'd be like, oh my God, can I fit in a chapter? I I needed to know what was happening in this book. So this one, definitely 5 out of 5. 100% recommend. It's like a mystery thriller kind of book. So this girl, when she was a kid, her dad went to jail for kidnapping and killing, I think, 6 girls. And now that she's older, it's happening again. And so she's trying to figure out why it's happening and who's doing it and does it have anything to do with her and all this stuff. And I needed to know. I needed to know. I loved this book. I cannot tell you enough how much I love this book, because it was so good, and it is kind of thicker. It is a little bit on the longer side, but it's freaking worth it. I am not kidding. I read this book in less than a day. Less than 24 hours I started it at night, like maybe around 5, and I read for a while, and then I read when I went to bed, and then I got up and finished it, because I think I maybe had like 10 or 15 chapters left, because I'm telling you, this is such a good book. It's like thrilling, and the characters are good, and I needed to know the twists and the turns, and I wasn't correct. I was like, this is what's happening. This is for sure what's happening, and I text my friend, and she's like, I don't know, and I was wrong. So, if you like mysteries, get this book. I'm telling you, you will freaking like it. I loved it. I'm not kidding. I loved it. You have to read it. So now I am currently reading a book for our book club called The Whisper Man. I'm only like 12 pages in, so I literally can't tell you anything about it because I don't know. But that'll be the next book I talk about unless I make a video, because I have read a lot of books, like I said. So unless I make a video between now and then. But I've been reading pretty quickly, so who knows what'll be next. But these books, I do recommend them. You just have to, like, this one's a little slower than this one. So if you want a super fast-paced book, that you can't put down, get A Flicker in the Dark. And if you want one that, like, you can kind of take your time with, get Darling Girl. But they are both good. I do recommend them both. And like I said, I'll put the links for both of them in the description because they're so good. And also, if you want to join our book club, you're more than welcome to. We have, like, discussions and all that fun stuff. And yeah, so you're more than welcome to do that. I'll post, like I said, all the links will be in the bio. And yeah, so I hope you like this. Let me know what books you're reading. I'm always looking for more books. And if you've read these books, let me know what you thought because I'm interested. Especially if you read Darling Girl. I'm really interested to see what other people think about that book. So yeah, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.